And welcome back. My name's Haven, and today I'm going to show you how doing less is doing more in your P-51D-5. This is the 4.0 Mustang, widely considered by most people, I'm not going to say serious ARB folks, but considered by a lot of people for air realistic battles to be the worst P-51 Mustang in the game, BR for BR. It used to be, I think, 4.3. It's been moved to 4.0 recently. It's okay competitive now at 4.0, but it's still pretty bad. And the reason why it's pretty bad is because it just bleeds energy in any kind of maneuvers, and the motor, the engine, isn't quite there like it is at the higher BR Mustangs, right? And I'm going to show you how I played it, and we're gonna jump right in the action. We got this Zero here. Can't get guns on. To be fair, this is my first game of the day. But what I'm doing right now is what you should be doing in this Mustang, which is not turn fighting. I'm just keeping it in a straight line. I'm disengaging from that Zero. I'm not going to try and turn fight that Zero. I am going to try an energy trap here. So I think he's low energy. I'm taking it up. I'm getting my flaps down. We're going to try and get this turned around on him. We've got our flaps. We're going to have to bring those in because I'm picking speed back up. We're almost getting the nose around. We almost get the nose around. And instead, what the trap that most people fall into here is they try and turn fight with the Zero. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just going to level out. I'm going to go straight, slight dive, because I do need to gain some distance here. And there. So that is, the Zero has no chance of catching me. He can shoot at me if he'd like, but his chance of hitting me is very, very low. And this is how you play the D Mustang, the early D Mustangs. You just kind of have to pick your opportunities and see what you can do and keep your speed up so you can disengage. There's no way I'm going to outmaneuver that Zero, ever. So we're going to just reset the fight, and this is what I'm talking about. We're going to do more by doing less. That Zero is now flying away from me, and I've got a Spitfire more closer. I'm going to see if I can't surprise him. I'm going to see if he's paying attention. You got the 50 cals, use them. My aim, again, just not super great yet. He manages to get away. And just look at that turn radius. He was already coming back around before I could even finish my first turn. So, again, what we do, we see the Zero coming in on me. And we're going to fly a little straight in a straight line with a little bit of a dive. Otherwise, I'm going to be handling 3v1, 2v1. And we're just going to disengage. There's also the 109 that's up high. We got to keep an eye on him. But the Spitfire also has no chance of catching this Mustang in a straight line. I'm going to angle up and away. I want to try and energy trap the Spitfire or the Zero, whoever wants to try and climb up to me. But they're actually ignoring me because they have found a better target, the F6F down there. So I'm going to try and go down and support. We'll see how it goes. I feel bad for it. There's nothing I can do about that. Nothing I can help that guy out. But what I can do is I can attack them now that they're attacking my F6F. We're going to try and go with the tail end Charlie. You want to go for the guy in the back first. My rudder is just god-awful. Not going to make any of these shots. But I have tremendous amount of energy. I'm pushing almost 700. So we're going to throw it in a straight line again. Was not able to save my F6F. But we're going to fly straight. Again, extending away. I'm really trying to look for an opportunity to come back around on these guys when they disengage. This is when I want to come back around. I know I've got my airfield at my back and I've got some friendlies taking off. We're going to spray in the head on again. Make him dodge. Almost thought I got him there. This time, do manage to set a fire on the Spitfire. And I'm not going to follow that up. You should just not try and immediately... Like, even while he's on fire, he's dangerous. So just extend away. Let him burn. Let that damage start damaging his airframe. You know, I need to get my engine cooled off. We're going to open the rads all the way up, which is not going to really impact performance. I've got my friendly P-51 trying to steal my kill, so that's awesome. So I don't know if he just doesn't notice the Zero above him or what, but I feel no obligation to help him other than to try and kill the Zero while the Zero is distracted. Zero is going to get some good hits on that P-51. I'm going to spray in the head on. Get another fire on the Zero this time. It only takes 150 cal, and then I need to be dodging for that 109 that kind of came in. You'll see that 109 a lot. He sort of impacts my positioning quite a bit. I don't want to let that 109 get me while I'm maneuvering. Zero ends up crashing. That's fantastic news. He burned up. We're still extending. We're going to try and gain some altitude so that we can go after that 109. But just by staying alive, staying away, using my ammo count, using my 50 cals to set fires, I've secured 2 kills, which is better than the most of my team has done, I'll tell you that. We do kind of want to go after this 109. This 109 is playing way, way passive. I really don't know. You're going to see that throughout the whole game. I do have my airfield. Maybe he thinks I'm going to run back to the airfield. I don't know. I'm trying to gain position and energy on him. If he could have played this way differently and really could have screwed things up for me, but he's just not doing it right now. I don't know what's going on there. He does turn towards me here. Again, I want to now have a chance to equalize energy. So what that means is I got to take him in a dive, make him compress. He has some good shots there, honestly, but I'm able to dodge because I have speed, and really wanted to try and reverse him, but he just flies away pretty aggressively. So, but at this point I'm sort of looking at tickets. I'm sort of looking at my allies. I want to keep some allies alive. I just head over to hopefully protect this P-61 that's still alive. That 109 doesn't appear to be... He's so passive, I'm not going to sit there and just chase him forever. So I'm going to make him come to me by engaging one of his. So we're going to see if we can help out this P-61. And as soon as I get over there, the P-61 just crushes him with that back turret. So good for that P-61. And at this point, their bombers have come back out for their second run on our bases. The 109 is just space climbing. Gonna let the Ki-67 go over the top of me. I was thinking he might want to try and engage me. I was gonna keep my speed. I don't want to like try and zoom climb up to him. That's how you die in a P-51, is try and zoom climb to people. So we're gonna take this Stuka. Thought he might try and point towards me. He doesn't do that. I don't really know what his strategy is here, but I've got a good side shot on him now. Here comes the rear gunners out, but it's too late at that point. So we got the Stuka. He's severe. 109 is now chasing my Ki-61. I don't know if he just wasn't paying attention and let the 109 catch him or surprise him. Luckily, he's still alive. So now I'm trying to get involved over here, but I want to keep my energy up high. Don't think that getting involved means pointing directly at an enemy. Like this Ki-67 is who I'm really watching. Those guys have insane bomber gunners, like gunners that'll really hit really hard. So I'm going to let the Ki-61 engage the Ki-67 while I watch the 109. Keeping an eye kind of angling in towards the 109. Don't want to let him get too far away from me, but don't want to get too close, right? It's a balance. Kind of staying close enough to make that 109 think twice about booming and zooming my friendly. He looks like he's full turned away from me. I'm not gaining any distance on that 109 anymore. And I noticed that the Ki-67, though, however, is that I'm above that guy now. So, or at least I'm equal altitude, and I still have pretty good speed. So we put it into shallow diving turn and get a good angle on him here. He doesn't appear to be maneuvering. He's got his gunners out. Get a crit, get a fire, and we try and get out of there. And this is what I'm talking about, like just one of those rounds really hurts. So luckily it's just a fuel leak, which is good. But that could have easily have been a fire and I could be out of the match. You really got to watch those Japanese interceptors, bombers for sure. But I'm really close to my airfield. They've been pushing us all the way to our airfield because they had the numbers and they thought that was a good idea. But what that does for me is it lets me repair and reload really quickly. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to jump forward ahead a little bit in time and I'll pick it back up once I've taken back off. So I've taken back off, and this is actually the part of the match that I really like the most, is these sort of 2v2, 3v2s, and I've just been chasing this Zero, and I don't know if he isn't aware of me. He's been sort of climbing. I'm really making a good, I'm in a straight line. I'm 538 kilometers an hour. I'm really pushing this guy. He's climbing, and I think that's his mistake, is that he stayed slow and he's let me catch him. I think he thought I was going to catch him, but I don't think he realized that I'm aiming a little to the left so that my convergence, I've got him maneuvering now, but he is so slow this time, and I actually clip his wing, which sends him to a spiral, and I kind of want to stay close in case he recovers from that because it is a Zero, but I keep checking on him, and I don't think he's going to pull out from that one. So I'm trying to stay close. I don't want that kill to get stolen by a friendly. I got that KI-61 behind me where I left him behind. He took off at a similar time that I did, but the P-51's just so fast I just stayed in a straight line. And that's really using the speed to be able to catch these folks. And I look over to my left, and I also see the 109. I think at this point, I'm just going to trust that Zero is actually going to crash. I can't follow him. And that was why I didn't want to follow the Zero down, right? If I had followed the Zero down, then then this 109 would be above me and I would be at a lower energy state. I just had to trust that the Zero was going to crash and maybe go mop up. We're going to push the head on with the 109. Was trying to wait late so that he would maybe dodge late and I'd get in close. At this point, I've got an energy advantage on this 109. I'm sticking this fight. And this is where the P-51 can actually dogfight. Using my flaps when and where appropriate. He's taking me down in a downward spiral, which is great for me. If anything, I gotta watch so that I don't overspeed and overshoot. So using my combat flaps, we're still in a downward spiral, but I've cut my engine a little bit. I don't want to overspeed. If I can just get this rudder to cooperate. He's in a flat turn, that's good. That gives me a high deflection shot. Get some more hits, and then clip his wing off. He puts it in the ground. We finish him all off. We make up for all that ticket bleed, and we are going to actually win the game, clutch it out. 6 kills. P-51D-5, one of the worst ones in the game. It's not so much that I did an amazing job in it, but it's all about positioning, speed, resetting fights, and patience. If you have those, you can make this plane work. If you don't have those, it's going to be difficult. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. If you haven't liked, subscribed, please go ahead and do that, and I'll catch you in the next one.